day one. The wind is keeping the smoke from the various grass fires at bay, and we're getting ready to take these packs, which are heavily laden with between 50 and 65 pounds or so, with enough gear for 5 days and food for 2 grown men for that same period, fishing gear and a little bit of rain gear. And we're getting ready to get out, hike a couple miles, and then do our first session of fishing. We're on the water. Jim's getting ready to cast in the gale force winds, probably upwards of gusting 15 to 30 miles an hour.
I think we're ready.
We like our chances. It's pretty nice. This is what we've been waiting for. Sweet! That's a big fish.
That's a beautiful fish, man.
Oh,
He's not that big.
he's just hot.
He's just so hot.
It's a pretty good size. Nice. Nice fish, Jim. Deschutes River Steelhead.
Sweet.
Nice. Nice
Get a
work.
photo?
End of the first day. Got about 2 hours of fishing in. We each had a couple grabs. I landed a rough fish and no steelhead. Jim landed a nice hatchery fish. So we're getting ready for steak and potato dinner, mashed potatoes, sipping a cab, and pretty much this day went like we thought it would. We got into camp about 6, and we were on the water by 6:30. So a 3-mile walk, and we'll fish the same water tomorrow morning, camp water. All right, it's early in the morning, day 2, about 5:45-ish. Lights coming up. And it is beautiful out here. We're on the Deschutes River, and I'm excited to get out there and get some fishing in. It's pretty amazing light right now. Just getting some coffee heated up, get the waders on, and get started with getting some fishing in. I'm swinging flies on the Deschutes right now, morning 2, and the water temp, it feels great. Air temp feels great, and I'm really thankful to be here. Really just had a couple grabs from trout, no steelhead yet, but sun's coming up over the canyon, and it's a beautiful stretch of river. Nice.
Wild hen. Oh, beautiful fish. Oh, God. You want to talk about into the backing?
Yeah.
Oh, what a fish.
Beautiful Deschutes fish.
How about a beautiful fish?
Nice. All right. Nice work, Joe. Second session of the full day number 2, and this morning was a little rough. I didn't have any grabs of fish. Jim had 5 grabs and landed 4, so it's tough, a little disheartening. But I'm back out here making good casts, and I'm going to see if I can get some fish tonight. Well, I worked through my emotional despair at having been fishless through a day by hooking in a very nice fish just away from camp. I can look at the spot right now. So we got our 4 miles in. We got some fish under our belts, and now we're getting ready to cook up some tortellini and pesto. Day 3, early morning.
It's about 5:45 maybe, and it's cool today. Had to get the fleece out. Of course, the wind is going, and anticipating getting a good morning of fishing in camp water, and maybe run through it twice. It's very hot and not very windy today, so we got about 6 miles to go on the road, and it's gonna be a hot one. So filled up our hydration packs, and Jim and I are ready to hit the road. The pack's on, day 3. We're moving. Got about 6 miles to go. Pack's finally feeling good. Eat enough weight so that it's manageable. It's pretty nice to be right on the river. It's a hot one today. Very little wind. It's looking to cool off a little bit. We just decided we'd each pitch in $25. If we could find a 6-pack of beer, we'd pay $50 right now for a 6-pack of beer, any brand. So that's the kind of temperature we're dealing with. We're here downriver Lockett, and got some good camp water. Looking forward to a good evening session of fishing. Night 3, we're swinging here by Harris, and Jim's fishing behind me. I've landed one small 5 or 6 pound steelhead. Didn't get a hero shot, but it's a nice night, really light breeze, and the canyon's looking beautiful. So we'll keep at it tonight. Fish till dark. Having couscous and garbanzo bean tacos, a little tuna, and it's good. It's good to be outside. It's early morning, day 4, about 6 a.m. We got up about 5:20, and now we're swinging flies. Looking forward to a good session this morning in this section, and then we'll take about a 6-mile walk. I'm just going back to find Jim right now. I found the greatest campsite. It's the Steelhead Hilton here on the Deschutes, and it's a perfect campsite. Below, it's got to be at least half a mile of beautiful steelhead water. It looks perfect for skating and swinging. So we're gonna get a good session tonight, good session tomorrow. Here we are, the camp water above the Steelhead Hilton. We'll see if we can get some more fish like we did this morning. I got a really nice, probably 10-pound wild female. Jim got 7 or so himself, a little farther downriver, and there's fewer fish down here, but it's where we are. Made our way 14 miles so far, 15, 16 miles, about 8 to go tomorrow, final day. It's morning, day 5. It's always a little sorrow and despair on these mornings. Standing here just above Washout Rapids, swinging in a tail out where we hooked some fish last night. Expect to get to fish until about 8 or so, and then we're going to pack up. Well, the morning fishing was a little slow. Jim landed one. I got one grab, wasn't able to land anything. Pretty much packed up and ready to hoof it out. Like I said, we got about 8.5 miles to go. Here we are, about 1.5 miles from the truck. Just enjoyed some lemonade out here in the desert under pretty warm sun. Could be hotter, but it's nice. There's a breeze, and got a cyclist coming by. We're almost home.